And now I would like to introduce our alumni speaker, Chet Munger. Chet received his Bachelor of Arts degree in English from Michigan State University and is the founder, co-owner, and CEO of Mammoth Distillery, a northern Michigan-based craft distillery with 6 tasting rooms throughout the state. But Mammoth Distillery isn't Chet's first successful business venture. Soon after graduating from MSU, he moved to Chicago and began a career in nonprofit healthcare research, working at the American Academy orthopedic surgeons as a research assistant, and later promoted to Director of Research and Scientific Affairs. In that role, he saw a need which prompted him to start his own company, Data Harbor, a software consulting firm that pioneered web-based accreditation management tools. He later sold that company, moved to northern Michigan, and founded the Mammoth Distillery in 2013 with his wife, Tracy, out of their desire to make a positive impact in their community. Now, Chad and Tracy and the Mammoth Distillery team are looking to make an even bigger impact on the state of Michigan. In partnership with Michigan State University, they are leading the research and rebirth of rosin rye. This journey, which started with an old whiskey advertisement, has led the team to the U.S. Department of Agriculture Seed Bank in Idaho, to an abandoned farm on South Manico Island, and to a sunken ship at the bottom of Lake Huron. Chad and Tracy are both proud Spartan alumni and come from Spartan families and have given very generously to MSU to support the research being done here. Chad cites his English degree and the support he has received from MSU as being his greatest asset throughout his career. Let's give a warm Spartan welcome back to campus to Chet Munger.
Thank you, Dean. I think I get to officially be the first person to say good morning, fellow Spartan alumni. Congratulations. So look at all of you in those green robes, gathered together, a little bit giddy today, it seems, hopefully a little bit sentimental, but ready to cross a threshold that only you can define for yourselves. Is it overwhelming? Probably. A little terrifying? Most likely. But it's a great day, right? Beautiful. It should be all of those things. Because what you're stepping into isn't a script. It's an open ocean. Your time here at Michigan State hasn't given you a map. It's given you a ship, and it's taught you how to navigate life. I know this because I've spent the past 37 years trying to keep my own ship off the rocks out in the real world. Back in 1988, when I graduated from Michigan State, I had no grand plan, no master strategy. In fact, I really had no clue at all about what I was supposed to do next, or certainly what I was supposed to end up doing. I certainly didn't imagine standing on this stage today. If you had asked that 22-year-old sitting where you are now what he had become, he would have said, I have no idea. He'd also had no idea how well his degree had prepared him for what was to come. Since then, my ship, this education that we all share, this way of thinking and living, has carried me across a really strange, occasionally shipwrecked, but really mostly beautiful life. Along the way, I've been a janitor, one of the best jobs I ever had. I went to a graduate school for one day, a miserable failure. I was a director of research at a national medical association. I started a company that built software to manage data at some of the largest medical schools in this country before the internet, if you can imagine. I helped write and produce a short film that was purchased by the Museum of Modern Art in New York. I started 2 distilleries. One of them actually survived. I operate a farm on an island inside a national park here in northern Michigan. I helped perform surgery on my own dog at the vet clinic here at Michigan State. And I've even helped pull agricultural treasure out of a shipwreck at the bottom of Lake Huron. None of this, I promise you, was part of any plan whatsoever. All of these life experiences, these second chances, these milestones, were made possible by three things. First was the mindset I developed as a student in the College of Arts and Letters. This is an amazing place. Second, my willingness to take this ship out into uncertain water. And third, the shoulder strength of untold numbers of other people. The value of my degree from College of Arts and Letters didn't show up in a job title. It became apparent every time the world threw something unexpected at me, and I was able to say to myself, well, I can figure that out, and tell other people and show other people that I can get that done. Its value manifested itself in conversations with strangers that resulted in collaborations, adventures, entire new chapters of my life. Its value led to opportunities to take risks, knowing some would end badly, and understanding that bad endings don't always mean failure. In fact, bad endings are really just how you stay alive to possibility in your life. What you've earned this past 4 years is not certainty, it's capacity. Almost nearly endless capacity. So let me tell you quickly about one shipwreck in my life and what grew from it. As I mentioned, I've started 2 distilleries, something I could have not done without more education and assistance from MSU. Distilling was an unexpected path that led to new interest on my part in agriculture and in history, which led to an unexpected story that was found in an advertisement in an old magazine in the stacks at MSU Library. It featured a once famous grain called rosin rye. That grain 100 years ago made Michigan the rye capital of America. That rye vanished from the landscape, became nearly extinct, and lived only in a seed bank in Idaho. But those rosin rye seeds we discovered were seeds of opportunity, a chance to connect our business with history. So we made a few phone calls, got a handful of seeds. We put in an insane amount of work from my colleagues at the distillery and from people at Michigan State, and we revived that grain. We cleared a poison ivy choked field on a remote island by hand. We tilled and planted and harvested rye with equipment that was only small enough to fit on a boat. We had no tents, or we had no place to sleep but tents with no running water and no power, and we've done it for weeks at a time over the last 5 years. Our collaborative effort here has created a farm capable of supplying genetically pure rosin rye seed to farms all across Michigan's mainland right now. So we built something novel and real. And just when we seemed we had established ourselves completely, we were evicted. We were kicked off that island. It stung, no question about it. But because we tried, because we had taken the risk, something else extraordinary happened. We met a scuba diver, a guy who owned a shipwreck. If you sense a theme here. That shipwreck was filled with another lost grain and a whole new future that no one could have predicted landed in our laps. A chance to de-extinct an ancient grain, the woolly mammoth of rye, and in doing so set the stage for new hybrid varieties that might someday help feed the world and maybe even make a great whiskey. So that's what you are setting out into, a life of risk, occasional heartbreak, and astonishing second chances. A life that rewards showing up with open hands, not closed fists. A life that rewards being the person who's willing to get stuff done, no matter how big or how small that stuff might be. And here's something even more important. No matter what you do, you won't do it alone. One of the most powerful things Michigan State has given me is connection. Not just in my time in East Lansing, but every year since I graduated. Not just connection to ideas, but connection to people. Real, messy, brilliant people. People who changed my life by taking chances on me. Who opened themselves up both personally and professionally and gave me opportunities to give back. People I never would have met anywhere else. So some of the best things that have ever happened to me came because someone, somewhere, answered my call, my text, my go green with a go white, and a hand reaching backwards. You're joining the adult table now at a family dinner. You're a network, part of a network of more than 500,000 Spartan alums. Use it, nurture it, and give back to it. Stay connected, because connection is not just the secret to professional success, it's the secret to a full and rich life. If I can leave you with just one last piece of advice, it's a thing that I keep framed over my desk at home, courtesy of my dear friend Ellen. It sums things up like this: live dangerously in a kind, unstupid way. Take the risks, make the calls, plant seeds in wild places, rescue dogs. And remember that real success is a destination. It's the willingness to keep sailing, even, maybe especially, after the shipwrecks. Congratulations, class of 2025. Go green.
Thank you, Chad. Very inspiring. We shall conclude this ceremony by standing to sing the first stanza.